Hi everyone, welcome to Maximum Attack Rallying. It is rally week, how exciting. And after what feels like the longest break in history, the British Rally Championship returns for round 2. So this week, the teams will be travelling to the Scottish borders and to Carlisle for round 2 of the championship. This event replaces the cancelled Severn Valley stages, which couldn't take place unfortunately, but despite that, we are in for a thrilling weekend and a visit to some of the most iconic gravel roads in the UK. So there may only be a handful of stages, but if you are familiar with the RAC Rally and Pirelli Rally of old, you will know that this is rallying country through and through. The rally is based in the Kielder Forest area, and that means names like Kershope and Churden Head, stages which come with a whole host of history and imagery, and at 19.7 and 20.5 kilometres respectively. Those two in particular are sure to cause plenty of drama. If you are not familiar with this area, which may mean you are not as old as I am, the roads are characterised by their technicality, big speed in places, but most importantly of all, by their very unforgiving ditches. You won't find any shortage of dramatic footage online, I suspect, of the roads of Kielder, and you will quickly see where the cliche killer Kielder came from back in the 80s and 90s. This is a very tough test indeed. So getting into the crews then, we have a very impressive lineup for this one. As always, it's nice to see the BRC with a strong field. So the field will be led away by William Creighton. He was dominant at the opening round at the East riding stages earlier in the year. He looked very good indeed there, but he has not actually been in a rally car since then. So maybe he'll be a little bit rusty, who knows. I don't think we should underestimate him, but that will certainly be a disadvantage. Starting second on the road, however, is Keith Cronin, and he has been in the car. So since East riding, he has won both the West Cork Rally and the Carlisle Forestry Rally, so he is in fine form as well. And for me, I think he is the slight favourite for this weekend. I think he might be tough to beat this one. James Williams is next up. He had a very good start at the East riding stages, but had a disastrous weekend last week at the ERC opener in Spain. He crashed his Hyundai i20N Rally 2 into a barrier, so his team will be furiously working to fix that car ready for this weekend. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. Callum Black starts 4th ahead of Elliot Payne, whose Rally 2 Fiesta is sporting a very bright and cheerful Hooch livery this weekend. I don't know about you, but Hooch always reminds me of the TV ad. It was done by Lee Francis, wasn't it, back many years ago, where he just kept saying Ooch instead of Hooch. So I can't say Hooch. It's always Ooch. Anyway, bit of a sidetrack there. Continuing down the order, let me just check my notes. We've got plenty of depth in the top 10. So we've got the second Toyota of Marion Evans, we've got the Fiesta of Junior World Rally Champion Romit Jurgensen, the Citroens of James Ford and Max McRae, and at number 10 we have the Skoda Fabia of Matthew Hurst. He is possibly one to watch. He was out of his comfort zone East riding on tarmac, but he is very much a gravel man, so it will be very interesting to see what he does there, despite not being in the latest machinery. Just a quick mention outside the top 10, the other M Sport factory driver, Gary Pearson, he starts at number 11. Getting into the junior BRC, it's very much an Irish affair, so Kyle McBride is leading that field away. He has got Callum Graffin and Jack Brennan behind him, all three in Peugeot 208 Rally 4s, which very much seems to be the car to have. Elsewhere, we've got Robert Proudlock, he's in a Fiesta Rally 3, while John Morrison and Alan Carmichael will be looking to beat Darren Martin in the Open Championship. However, while those are all of them kind of main categories, there is one standout for me much further down the order. We have a former British Rally champion and a 10-time US champion, no less, starting the rally. David Higgins is back in the BRC. He has joined the Ignition Motorsport rally team for this one. He will be driving a Fiesta R2T. It is great to see David back in the championship. It's going to be really interesting to see how he gets on time-wise. That's quite an old car now, isn't it? But obviously David is an incredibly talented driver. I actually did my Bars rally test alongside David many years ago, and having a passenger ride with him when he was running the Forest Experience Rally School in Wales. He was very, very talented indeed, and he pedalled the very boring Mitsubishi Charisma that we were in at an incredible rate. So I am really excited to see how he gets on. I can't remember his starting position. It's a long way down the order, but it is going to be very interesting indeed to see how he gets on. So those are the main runners and riders. As I said, this is a stern test. There's about 80 kilometers in total, which doesn't sound very much on paper, but Kielder Forest is a very, very challenging place, so expect some drama. And like I said, go on YouTube, search for RAC Rally, Pirelli Rally, and you will see plenty of crashes and upsets there. So it is a very, very difficult rally indeed. Do let me know in the comments below who you think is going to come out on top in this one. As always, make sure you like and subscribe and follow me on socials, and I will see you again next time.